Going back to Indiana State, again, looking at it, again, I thought we played very, very hard, which was really one of our main objectives going in, or goals. Thought our effort, playing reasonably physical, can always get better, but we didn't want to question that, and I didn't question that at all in all phases and by a lot of guys. I thought our effort was pretty solid and something we want to build on. That comes from the way we practice. It comes from, I think, several years of building on that and continuing to get stronger, and not just in the weight room, but stronger in effort and practice habits and competition. And that's a nice positive we have right now as we're trying to build and keep moving these guys forward this year and years to come. Concern areas: we had 3 turnovers in the game. 2 gave them 14 points, immediate 14 points without our defense being on the field. Plus we had the ball on the ground a couple of times. Center quarterback exchange. One time Tevin just got it loose but got it back. D'Angelo had it out one time on the sideline where it got knocked out. You might not even seen it, but got knocked out. So that's got to improve. Last year it was game 10 before we lost the fumble, and we lose one in the first game, and it's unacceptable and not what we stand by, and it's not talk. So we got to work on that. We had 17 missed tackles, and you're always going to miss maybe a few, but that's a little bit more than we want, and it's probably less than it's been, but it's more than we want. And we did have some miscommunication with our defense, just getting calls and getting our guys lined up. If we can continue to communicate better and get our alignments better and tackle better, the defense will continue to improve, and it's got a chance to be better. But we got to clean those areas up. We had some kicking errors. We had that turnover before the half, which was huge. We had miscommunication one time on a short punt where we almost had another turnover where our returner didn't do a good job getting people out of the way. Had 2 penalties on the kickoff team that let them start on the 40, where we kicked it out of bounds, and a 15-yard penalty, and can't play with short fields, especially this week, but in all weeks. Positives: we had 78 guys playing the game by our count. A lot of young guys, a lot of guys, walk-on dudes that don't get a lot of chances, and it's great for those guys because our walk-on program is better. The guys you don't see, our scout teams are awesome, so to get those guys on the field was awesome. We did create 2 turnovers. We'd like to find a few more if we can. I think we had 10 plus 3 and outs, not counting the turnovers. And, we go 3 and out. They have a long drive, and I think we go 3 and out, 3 and out. 1 play turnover, 3 and out, 4 play turnover, 3 and out. We got on a good run until that blotch before the half, and it was really pretty good until they worked us in the fourth quarter. So other than their second drive and then the scramble, blotched fourth quarter drive, our defense was pretty solid. I thought our third down defense was really good. They only converted 19% on third down, which was good. And that was because our first down and second down was good. It wasn't a lot of third and ones. When you play Navy, you're going to get a bunch of third and ones and twos because they just run their option and play action game, get short down and distance deals, which work in your favor. Players of the game: we had Sudfeld and Coleman on offense. Both played well. Not surprised. Good players. I think Nate right now has got the highest passer rating in the country, and Trey's is higher than his. He didn't have enough passes to be rated. So those guys both played very, very well. We gave it to Nate with the 4th, but Trey had 3 touchdowns. Wasn't a bad deal. Defensively, Mangieri, who's had an awesome camp, very active, going to have a good year for us. Need him to keep coming on. He's a good young player. TJ Simmons, first start, leading tackler, really played well. Looks like a vet. Good future for him. Greg Heben was rock solid on the back end. Special teams, we were awarded 4 guys. Ewald, except for the 1 kickoff. I didn't like that, but 10 extra points, 10 for 10, 1 for 1 on a field goal, 6 touchbacks. I think he's one of the better kickers in this league. Like I say, we keep it up, he'll break the point record here for kickers and all that do, I think, or be close to it. He should have it, I think. Shane Wynn, with the big return. I think Shane's one of the few players in the country now to score in more than 2 ways. He's got a kick return, punt return. I think first one since George Telfiero. I think had an interception, all that. So one of all the great players here. He's a dynamic player. He had 3 touchdowns. Teddy Bolzer and Cody Latimer were awesome on special team coverage. Just those guys are tremendous players, and they score a touchdown. Then you watch Bolzer. He's the first guy down covering a kick after you score a touchdown. And that's what you want. That's great to see. Scout team players of the week: Andrew Wilson. You saw him come out and play well. He's a young, solid player for us. Billy Ivan, who's an old vet, doesn't play much. He's giving you a great look on the scout team. That's what winning teams do. Here's a 4th-year guy that wants to be starting, and that's a quality job for Jordan Wallace. Same deal. Here's a guy, into year 2 and didn't play as much as he wants, but he's your scout team player of the week because he's giving you a great go. And Garrett Liebertowski. So those guys did an awesome job. Like I say, our scout looks are awesome. Health issues: I think we came out of the game pretty good. We'll have Wynn, I think, going full go Tuesday. He was a little limited last night. Getting close to getting Ecker back. Ryan Thompson practiced. We'll see where we are. We're close with Alex Todd, getting him in the mix, and I think we're close with Cormier. So I think we're more healthy than we were a week ago, and which is a good deal moving forward in the Navy. Anticipate having a lot of guys going as we go through this week. Now, if their reps get limited and they don't practice a lot on Tuesday, Wednesday, you probably won't see them. But I anticipate the way they look and the way they're coming along, unless there's a hiccup along the way, will be good. Going into Navy, we're their opener. It's a team, of course, we know we played them last year. We've got a decent feel for them. I'm sure they've got a good feel for us, and probably a better feel than we do because they've seen us play. As usual, when you start with someone's opener, is there any new wrinkles? I know that we're a game they've been looking for. They want to get off to a good start. You look at their schedule. I know they put a lot of emphasis in coming out and playing well. A lot of guys back on their team, a lot of starters from a bowl team. I think they've been to bowls 9 of the last 10 years. They've won that Commander-in-Chief trophy 8 of the last 10. So it's a quality team, winning team. Again, they're very, very well coached. Coach Ken, he's been there for, 16 years. I think he'll say this is maybe their most talented team with all the guys coming back and their success the way they've recruited. So it's going to be a big challenge for us there. We talk a lot about the option. You guys know that's but the real deal about the option is just a different style of game. Last week we had 18 possessions, counting Shane's kickoff return. We had 18 possessions going into the fourth quarter. Last year against Navy, we had 10 for the game. You'll get 8, 9, 10, 11. If you get more than 12, either they're scoring fast or you're playing good D and they've turned it over. It's a short game. And what that does, that minimizes your opportunities, so your errors are more exposed and more critical because it's like at bats. You're not going to get as many swings. So you got to be pretty productive in what you're doing. They're led by the quarterback, Keenan Reynolds, who's awesome. You look at last year, he comes in. I know before we played him, he's the quarterback. The starter gets injured, and he wins the Air Force game on the road. The way he battled for him at Army and brings them from behind. Those are the games of the year for those two teams that are games of life for those men over there. And for a freshman, he's very calm. I think he throws the ball better than most option guys. Very smart, Craig coach's kid, quality player. There are fullbacks returning, almost a 1,000-yard rusher. I think they might have someone better than him, if you can believe their write-ups. And, of course, they lost a couple good slot players, but they're going to get the ball on the perimeter, cut you down with their speed sweeps, lull you to sleep, shots over the top. Tremendous offense led by a great quarterback. Defensively, it's very sound, a 3-man front. Excuse me. A lot of bend but not break style. 4 across and 2 deep structures, not blitzing a lot, playing guys on the edges, making it hard to get around them, trying to outnumber you, but at the same time not giving up big plays over the top. They're very, very strong. If you look at their numbers, you might not think they're impressive until you look at their third down defense and you look at their red zone defense. And because they will get you on schedule and get you stopped, and you might move the ball on them, but they don't yield a lot of points, and then you don't get a lot of drive opportunities. So that's why you put that together with their punter, who's an awesome punter, and the way they play the offense, and that's why they've been in bowl games 9 of the last 10 years. A tremendous program. For us, overall thoughts, again, it's a big week. We talked about getting better. It's a good start. I thought we played hard. I want to build on that because I think you gain physicalness and effort and momentum as you go through the year. Thought last night we had a really good go. It was crisp. It was sharp. We did some good on good for some speed and to get some hitting and some thumping. It wasn't a scrimmage, but it looked and sounded and felt like a good team the way you want to work it. But it's a big week for us. We need to step up, and we need it around here. We need everything around here to step up. Whether it be in our building as coaches, we had 2 number 40s on the field first time we kick off. That's an error on me and our staff. We got to look at where we're putting players. Or we got a guy doing a job. Is that a job he can do and keep putting our kids in good positions and coach them better? And what we're doing in our nutrition rehab, what we're doing in managing the game and getting the crowd more excited, what we're doing as fans. This is a big week. We got 4 non-conference in a row at home. We got 8 at home. We need to be better across the board as a team. We need everyone associated with the game to be better. And love this week now to have. I thought our student body last week was awesome. That game started. They filled it up to the top as far as I've seen. No, it was a school night, but this week with a 6 o'clock game, we ought to get a great deal more tailgate atmosphere pregame when we do the walk and get some energy and get the band and the cheerleaders cranking. And we need to play well, but we need an exciting. This is a no-huddle team. They're a no-huddle team we're playing. And the louder our crowd can be and the more energy we can create to make that a challenge will be very, very positive for us. So it's a big week, and want to see us get better in all phases. So with that, we'll go questions.
So it's interesting, I know that you have to be disciplined against an option offense, but how do you get guys to continue to play physical and defend that without getting bogged down thinking too much?
Well, I mean, it's the essence. I mean, the more you coach and the more adjustments you make, the more you think. You know, great line I said, I think a year ago, but I heard, I think it was Marshall Falk at the combine when somebody ran a 4.23. They said, well, that's great, but the best way to slow a fast man down is make him think. So, and that's a part of their offense. They make you play assignment football, they make you think. And then I'm sure they're going to come out in some pistol set because it's pistol option. And there's every concept that they can do from the bone that you can do in pistol. You know, we're a one-back team, but basically every play we do is a two-back play. We run power, we run down and around, we run zone plays. You know, instead of having a lead blocker, we put them out, they cover the guys. So it's, you know, the protections are the same, the runs are the same. So, so for us, it's not different. That's why we can go one back to two back, and we don't think it's hard. But defensively, the more you think, the harder it is. That's why, again, when I got here, my opinion, I think this is the most difficult team we play. And the reason being, everything we do this week defensively, you throw it away and don't do it again because you want to keep building. And this game might hurt you 3 and 4 and 5 games down the road because instead of building and going from your week one mistakes and improving, okay, you did this week one, but now let's totally put that on the shelf because here's an option team. But it is an option team that's going to have some movement and some gun passes different. So it's going to be a tremendous challenge. And I'm going to tell you something, it's going to be a game where we're going to have to do some adjusting and see if we're smart enough to, as coaches and players, to understand what happened and get lined up because we might get caught once or twice where you don't want to be. And that's an advantage that those guys have. We have the advantage of playing a game. We also have the advantage of playing the game, not showing everything we want to do, which is kind of was by design, as was last year. We held some things back last year, got in a close game. This year, there's some things we're going to, we didn't get to. So we'll have, you know, everybody always has a couple cards up their sleeve. And this week, it'll be a challenge to see defensively what we can do. This is a heck of a challenge for us.